In this video, we are going to explain the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now we know that has a 90-degree angle in this triangle, so this is just a right triangle. So let's draw this out. So I'm going to say we have a right angle right here. And I'm going to say we have our 60-degree angle right here and our 30-degree angle right here. Now, the thing that we want to figure out is what is the relationship between the side lengths of this triangle. How do we figure that out? Now here's the thing. This triangle right here is actually part of a bigger picture. Notice how if I were to take this triangle and reflect it over this side, I would get this. Here's the thing. What have we really formed by reflecting this triangle over this side? We formed an equilateral triangle because we know that this angle is still a 60-degree angle, this one is still a 30-degree angle, and so we can see that this entire triangle that we have right here is an equilateral triangle, right? This is a 60-degree angle, this is a 60-degree angle, and 30 degrees plus 30 degrees, this is a 60-degree angle. So this entire thing is really an equilateral triangle. Now, if I were to call this length S, then we know that this length right here also has to be S, because these triangles, right, this 30-60 triangle and this 30-60 triangle are the same exact triangles, right? We're just reflecting it over this line, which means we haven't changed anything about the triangle, right? This is still side length S, so this is still side length S. Now, adding these two side lengths together gives us 2S. So 2S, this side length represents the length of the side of the equilateral triangle that we formed. So this is 2S, this is 2S, and this is 2S. It represents the side length of our equilateral triangle right here. So knowing that this is S and this is 2S, we can now figure out what this side length is by the Pythagorean Theorem. So to do that, we could say that we're going to call this just the height of our equilateral triangle. So s squared plus 8 squared equals 2s squared. So s squared plus 8 squared equals 2s squared. So all we have to do now is just solve for this side length. And we're basically solving for h. So doing that, we have s squared plus h squared equals 4s squared. So next I'm going to subtract s squared on both sides. And then all we have to do now is take the square root of both sides. And doing that, we get the square root of 3 times the square root of s squared, which is just the square root of 3 times s. Now here's the thing. We didn't put a plus or minus here because we know that h, the length, is going to be positive anyway. Right? So this is going to be positive. We don't have to put a plus or minus. Now, radical 3s is just going to be s times radical 3. So this is what we can think of h as, right? H is just s radical 3. So this is what we get. So now we have the relationship between all of these sides of the 30-60 triangle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to redraw that triangle right here. So we have s radical 3, and we have 2s. And we've been able to figure out exactly what the relationship between the side lengths are. It's just those three values. So this is our 30, 60, 90 triangle.